Have you ever noticed how your nights seem longer than they used to be, but somehow your sleep feels shorter? Maybe you find yourself staring at the ceiling at 2 a.m., wondering why you're wide awake again? Or perhaps you wake up tired, even after what felt like a full night in bed. It's frustrating, isn't it? You start your day dragging your feet, sipping coffee, and wondering if this is just what getting older feels like. But here's something most people don't talk about. Poor sleep after 65 isn't just a nuisance. It's quietly chipping away at your health, your memory, and yes, even your lifespan. The truth is, what feels like just a few bad nights might actually be signs of sleep mistakes that become more dangerous as we age. These aren't just small habits. They can weaken your immune system, dull your thinking, and put your heart at risk. The good news? These mistakes are fixable, and fixing them can not only help you sleep better, but live longer and stronger. Today, we're diving into 5 common but critical sleep mistakes people often make after the age of 65, and how each one could be silently cutting years off your life. Let's begin by talking about something many seniors unknowingly do, thinking it's helping, but it's actually one of the worst things you can do for your sleep: spending too much time in bed. Yes, you heard that right. The idea that staying in bed longer will lead to more rest seems logical, especially when you're tired. But the body doesn't work that way. When you lie in bed awake for long periods, your brain begins to associate your bed with restlessness, not sleep. This weakens your brain's connection between your bed and the act of sleeping. Over time, this makes it even harder to fall asleep and stay asleep. That tossing and turning at night, that long nap during the day that throws your rhythm off, it all begins here. Instead, limit your time in bed to only when you're sleepy. If you can't fall asleep within 20 to 30 minutes, it's better to get up and do something relaxing in another room, like reading or listening to soft music until you feel drowsy again. This trains your mind to see the bed as a sleep-only zone. It may take a few nights, but your brain will start to relearn what bedtime means. Now, let's talk about the second mistake, a quiet thief that sneaks into your room every night: artificial light. And not just any light, but that soft glow from your phone, your television, or even a small nightlight. It may seem harmless, especially when your vision isn't what it used to be and you feel safer with some light nearby. But your brain interprets light, especially blue light from screens, as a signal to stay awake. You see, your body runs on a rhythm called the circadian clock. This rhythm tells your body when to sleep and when to wake. It's deeply sensitive to light, and as we age, our internal clocks become less resilient to disruption. Just a few minutes of screen time before bed can delay your natural melatonin release by hours. That means even if you go to bed at 10 p.m., your brain might not be ready for sleep until after midnight. A simple fix? Start dimming the lights in your home about 60 to 90 minutes before bed. Use soft, warm-toned bulbs instead of harsh white lighting, and put the phone or iPad away at least an hour before sleep. If you like reading in bed, consider switching to a paper book or an e-reader with a warm, amber-colored backlight. These little tweaks might seem small, but they have a big effect on your ability to fall asleep naturally and deeply. There's also something important to be said about your evening habits, specifically relying too much on sleep medications. That's the third major mistake. Now, we're not talking about the occasional use of a prescribed sleep aid after a particularly tough night. We're talking about regular, long-term dependence. Many over-the-counter sleep aids, especially the ones containing antihistamines, can cause grogginess, memory issues, and increase the risk of falls, something that becomes especially dangerous after 65. Some prescription pills may help you fall asleep faster, but they don't guarantee quality rest. In fact, they can interfere with the deepest and most restorative stages of sleep. The hard truth? Sedation isn't the same as natural sleep, and over time, sleep medications can stop working as effectively, leading you into a cycle of poor sleep and increased dosage. Instead, focusing on natural ways to support your sleep, like a consistent bedtime, winding down rituals, and gentle movement during the day, can help retrain your body to fall asleep on its own, without the side effects. You might be thinking, but I'm doing all this because I'm tired. I need my rest. And you're absolutely right. That's why these changes are so important. They're not just about falling asleep. They're about protecting your brain, your heart, and your years ahead. Sleep isn't a luxury. It's a pillar of health, just like. There's something else that often sneaks under the radar, especially in our golden years, and that's inconsistent sleep and wake times. It might not sound serious, but let me ask you something. Do you ever find yourself going to bed at 9 p.m. one night, then at midnight the next? Or sleeping in until 10 a.m. after a restless night, then waking at 6 a.m. the following day just because your body says, nope, we're done sleeping? It feels natural to let your body call the shots, especially when you've spent a lifetime waking up early for work, raising kids, or tending to endless responsibilities. But here's the thing. Your body craves rhythm, and after 65, that rhythm becomes even more delicate. Disrupting it, even by just an hour or two, can send your sleep hormones into a tailspin, leaving you groggy, unfocused, and more prone to health risks, like heart disease, depression, and even cognitive decline. Think of your sleep-wake schedule like tuning a musical instrument. If you tune it every day at the same time, the sound is clear and beautiful. But if you leave it to random chance, it starts to sound off-key. Your body is no different. Going to bed and waking up at the same time every day, even on weekends, strengthens your internal clock. And the more consistent you are, the easier it becomes to fall asleep and stay asleep. You might find this hard at first, especially if your nights are still unsettled. But even just setting a fixed wake-up time can begin resetting your rhythm. Wake up, let sunlight hit your eyes early in the day, move your body a little, and resist the urge to nap for too long or too late. Slowly, your nights will start to follow the lead of your mornings. Let's talk about napping for a moment. Naps can be helpful, no doubt, but they can also be sneaky sleep thieves. This brings us to another big mistake: napping at the wrong time or for too long. Have you ever taken an afternoon nap and then found yourself unable to fall asleep that night? That's not your imagination. That's your body struggling to separate day from night. A short nap, around 20 to 30 minutes, can be refreshing, especially if you didn't sleep well the night before. But going beyond that enters the deeper stages of sleep. Waking from those deeper stages can leave you feeling groggy, confused, and more awake at bedtime than you were before the nap. The timing matters too. Napping too late in the day, say after 3 or 4 p.m., is like sneaking a snack right before dinner. It spoils your appetite for a full night's rest. So if you feel the need to rest during the day, try to keep it short and sweet and stick to earlier in the afternoon. Think of it as a power pause, not a replacement for nighttime sleep. Your body needs that long, uninterrupted stretch of rest at night to heal, clear waste from your brain, and rebuild strength. Naps are like little helpers, not substitutes. Now here's a truth many people overlook. Your daytime habits directly shape your nighttime sleep. What you do when the sun's up determines what happens after it sets. If you're spending most of your day sitting, watching TV, reading, or on the computer without movement or fresh air, your body might not be tired enough for quality sleep. That's not laziness, it's just biology. your muscles, your heart, even your lungs, they all signal your brain when it's time to wind down. But if they haven't been active, those signals get weak. So what can you do? Gentle movement is key. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. A daily walk, light gardening, stretching, even slow dancing in your living room, all of these can do wonders for your sleep. Physical activity helps you fall asleep faster, stay asleep longer, and get more of that deep, restorative rest that we lose with age. And don't underestimate the power of natural light. Exposing your eyes to morning sunlight, even just for 15 to 30 minutes, sends a strong message to your brain. It's daytime now. This anchors your internal clock and makes it easier to feel sleepy when evening comes. Step outside after breakfast. Open your curtains wide. Let the sun touch your skin. These are natural cues your body understands better than any supplement or pill. Sleep isn't just about closing your eyes. It's about aligning your whole day with your body's natural rhythm. When you honor that rhythm, everything gets better. Your mood, your memory, even your immune system. And that's not theory, it's backed by science. So far, we've uncovered the dangers of oversleeping in bed, the overstimulation of artificial light, the hidden risks of sleep medications, the pitfalls of erratic bedtimes, and the nap traps that steal our night's rest. And yet, there's still one more crucial habit that silently shapes how well you sleep and how long you live. And that final habit, the one so often ignored because it feels harmless, is eating too late in the evening. It's easy to fall into this one, especially when your day stretches out, or you find comfort in a warm snack while watching TV at night. Maybe it's a bowl of cereal, some crackers, or even a small meal if dinner came early. It feels comforting, almost like a reward after a long day. But what many people don't realize is that eating too close to bedtime doesn't just affect your digestion, it affects your sleep on a deep biological level. When you eat late, especially heavy or sugary foods, your body has to stay active while it's supposed to be winding down. Your digestive system is working, your blood sugar is rising, and your core temperature stays elevated, all of which signal to your brain that it's not quite time for sleep. Even if you fall asleep, you're more likely to wake up during the night or miss out on the deep stages of sleep that help your brain detoxify and your body repair. And when this becomes a habit, night after night, the result isn't just poor sleep, it's an increased risk of weight gain, high blood pressure, acid reflux, and even heart problems. That's why creating a healthy buffer between your last meal and bedtime is so powerful. Try to finish eating at least 2 to 3 hours before you plan to go to bed. If you really need something small, stick to a light snack that won't spike your blood sugar, like a small banana, a few almonds, or a cup of warm herbal tea. It may take some adjustment, but once your body adapts, you'll be amazed at how much deeper and more peaceful your sleep becomes. By avoiding late-night eating, you're not just preventing heartburn or indigestion, you're protecting your heart, your brain, and your future, because every night of sleep is a chance for your body to clean house, to fight inflammation, to process memories, to prepare you for another day full of life and energy. When that system gets interrupted by poor choices, the long-term consequences begin to add up. But here's the good news. You have the power to change all of this. Sleep isn't just something that happens to us as we get older. It's something we can shape and improve with small, daily habits. Whether it's keeping a consistent bedtime, stepping outside for morning light, moving your body a little each day, or saying no to that late-night snack, each of these choices is a step toward a longer, healthier life. And if you've struggled with sleep for years, you're not alone. Many people over 65 think poor sleep is just a part of aging, but that's a myth. You deserve to feel rested. You deserve to wake up with energy, and you can. It starts with awareness, and it grows with action. So let's take a moment and reflect on the path forward. The worst sleep mistakes. Spending too much time in bed, overusing screens, lying on sleep medications, being inconsistent with sleep times, napping too long, and eating too late are all reversible. They're not permanent conditions, they're habits. And habits can change. Change doesn't require perfection. It begins with a single, gentle shift. Maybe you set a regular wake-up time this week. Maybe you move your dinner up by 30 minutes. Or maybe you decide to take a short walk each morning. Whatever step you take, know this: you're already improving your future. Your sleep is your foundation. It's the quiet healer that keeps your heart strong, your mind clear, and your days vibrant. Don't let these common mistakes steal that from you. You've worked too hard, lived too much, and have too many beautiful moments ahead to let poor sleep cut the story short. So if this video has helped you see your nights in a new light, I'd love to hear from you. Share your experience in the comments. What's helped you sleep better? Or what's been your biggest struggle? Let's build a community where we learn and grow together. And if you found this helpful, give it a like and subscribe to the channel for more practical tips on health, happiness, and living well after 60. You're not alone on this journey, and there's so much more we can do together. Here's to deeper sleep, brighter mornings, and living your best life at any age. Sweet dreams, and I'll see you in the next video.